hard force potential. Nico, Sivir, strong poke. Double range versus double range in bot lane. I think the draft's a dead the shy. I think that's a dead the shy. He can flash for the wall stun. He won't even need to, I don't think. Uses the W. Doesn't even need the wall stun. The shy has an exhaust, no flash, so he can't exactly get away from that one. Can wait. Oh, wait. I wonder whether he could have killed. Rookie has level 6. Can potentially force something out with the, the shockwave. That's a problem now. Empowered E from Wei gives him move speed, and it will give him enough chance to run down the Taliyah. Good backstep from Rookie. Rookie on the Orianna. Knows how to make this matchup work against the Taliyah. Orianna is so good against Taliyah because when you walk up for any of your skills, the shockwave just about outranges you. Also, you can't trade through a wave nearly as well as the Orianna ball. Dragon will go down to Weibo, but despite how legendary he is, realistically, how much can Weibo put up with from this mid laner in terms of him just playing poorly? He's been playing a lot better now. Mako, it's the root onto Tien, but there's no real follow-up. I mean, there is that wall stun advantage for Poppy on blue side. Can they get a flash once to Gala? No. No, he's backing off to Lovely right now. He's on vision. Grub for grub. Taliyah Weaver's wall coming through. Calm Shield will see them out to safety. Nothing through there. Shao, who doesn't have flash, remember. Flick back onto the Pantheon. Tien will block out the Pantheon W, and it's a lot of damage coming down to IG. Wait, you probably shouldn't have cast that W in melee range. Shockwave will come back to try and buy some safety for Gala. What's happening on the other side of the fight? Wei, if he hits the blast cone, might just die to the minefield. Instead, it's a shot from the Jhin. Gala will live. Rookie peeling out for him, but 2 for none. IG have done their tour of the top teams recently. Do you want to know their record? Well, no, let's talk about that later. Pantheon on towards top side. There's no flash on to Breathe. Is it coming up or is it just going down? I didn't check that one quite properly. He'll go down to the Shy there. Kill goes back, though. As the turret kills him, and that might be a dead. The Shy gets wall stunned. There's still a decent amount of damage here on the Poppy. And that's going to be a 2 for 1. Ill fortune Invictus Gaming is that they will end up being at least even in head-to-head with every other team and group Ascend. They jump out of the pit. Chris will walk over. Is there another Q? Yes, there is. Let's get the stun there. Flash ult. Chris will see himself out to safety. Gen potentially get himself a wall stun. There's an empowered Pantheon ability coming through soon. Xiaohu coming back through. And the Avengers assemble. The Pantheon not able to get the clean kill. Chris, quick getaway there. They'll get back towards that dragon. IG not cleanly getting the kills, but they will even up the dragon score. Some decent damage back on towards Tien. 2 kills on Light's Jhin. That's actually quite scary. The Collector is powerful early. Does fall off later, but it's powerful enough for now. If he gets himself towards, you know, the Infinity Edge. Placed on Weibo. Apparently we're trying people out, so he's somewhat fighting for his starting spot now, if rumors are to be believed. Tunnel under the tower. The Shy. Does he have needlework? Yes, he does. Gets 2 of them in there. Punts it out from under tower. The flick back won't matter, but the Q lands from the Bard. Easy as you like. The Shy put to 1 and 3. Not a great game from the venerable top laner in Invictus Gaming. Q will land onto Breathe. Can they channel this into a kill? Well, there is a Pantheon ult. If Mako can walk up and get himself in time for the W, perhaps they can make that difference. There is a Hex Flash being... Hex Gate being... What's the thing in Soul Calibur? I know it's a completely different game. In a second. Tien... Oh, Nightmare was the guy which had Soul Edge, wasn't it? Not going to be able to get a clean wall stun onto the Shy this time. Teleport down from Rookie. Xiao, who does have flash. Does he look to get this away from him? Using the move speed from the distance. Not enough to outstep that, though. So teleport for ult. Rookie was an anonymous 100 gift bomb. And there was the Mecha Fanboy 100 gift bomb as well. A couple of other gift subs out there. Does help us keep us in business. The Shy getting some Qs through there. Does he have a W? No. But what he does have is a ton of people in his lane, and they've killed him again. 1 and 4. The Shy getting blasted. Nowhere is safe for this guy. Nowhere is safe for this guy. The Shy not being supported on the initial bounce back. Things have fallen apart. People were surprised in finals when the Shy was inting his ass off in finals. We were saying, look, if this guy is unsupported and left behind, he will just keep... It will forever be a discussion as to who is more at fault than the other. But you remember when the Shy was getting dunked down on by Zeus because he was given counter pick and no one was coming to support him. You can't help but imagine it's not all his fault. Root lands onto the Karma, has flash and heal. Can he survive through all of it? No. The answer is no. Great long-range pick from Weibo. A much better team-fighting team than Weibo. Top lane turret will go to IG, taking the turret score to 2 to 1. The Shy will claim some extra gold himself, but Breathe will claim one on the other side of the map. The individual matchup stays about build. Protobelt going into the cooldown boots. Wants to go towards the Shadow Flame. Doesn't have flat pen right now. IG getting good damage onto Crisp. He does have his ult. Does have Flash's barrier too, by the way. And he catches 2. Little bit of anti-synergy, but if they get the CC over the top of it, they won't matter too much. It's not great though from Weibo. They'll summon the Herald into mid lane. Claimed that a little earlier. Dragons to the side of IG and Weibo somewhat missed their chance to take this dragon. Herald into mid lane. Will take that turret as Weibo chooses to let go of that dragon. Ult in towards that mid lane. Wait, can he get on towards Light? He's flashed. No. Doesn't want to commit that flash. The Shy going forwards with the Needlework. Breathe has flash. They force it. Well, he's not even going to use it. Breathe doesn't even flash. Goes down easily. Mistake there you have to feel. Perhaps not feeling he can flash out of the Shockwave. Xiaohu over the wall. No Shockwave to threaten him now. IG get themselves Dragon. They get themselves a kill, but they do defend their mid lane out of turret. Likely taken by Weibo now. IG spent a little too long in that top jungle trying to spot out enemy members. They'll lose the mid lane turret. Not really get themselves a great cross map either, actually. No bot lane push. He did have double teleports to play around that Gala. Not wall stun. Chris gonna get the wall stun now. Gala, how is he caught out here? IG, massive misstep on the map. The Shy is teleported in. And now he's suddenly in a 1v3, 1v4. I mean, there's 5 people around him. The Shy in a 1v5 gets nothing done. Pantheon flies in and says, oh, I'll try that too. Gets rooted down. Breathers had luckily died on the other side for IG. Weibo, though, they get another flip back. The fight's going well for them. There's a Shockwave for Rookie, but can't pull it just yet because he is stunned. Tien has another flash available if he so needs. Shockwave gonna catch 2. Decent damage back. How much can Rookie do? So close. There's a little bit of a heal. The Triumph comes through from Tien. A heal perhaps from the Bard portal. Rookie can't quite clean up 2. They lose 4. Yeah, it's gonna hang on a second. Redemption's coming in. That's the enemy one, by the way, so we'll do some damage. Going low. Tien's coming through. Bard stops it. He still goes golden. Wall stun again. Tien goes into the backline as Mako. Force low. Atacon taken by IG. Gonna be 2 kills to the side of Weibo there. How much damage have IG got left to offer? Rookie will shield up Gala just a little bit. I just don't know if he's got enough. And indeed he won't. They get taken down by Jin and Poppy's combined might of arms as Rookie. Shockwave's not bad. It'll find 3 of them, but it won't find them all. Trying to get the last kill onto Crisp. Not able to do so. 5 for 1. Good. Crisp Bard's been pretty good, you know. I think both Mako and Crisp have been putting time into this recently. And yeah, the Shockwave's not bad. It's just not at the time where everyone's alive to follow up on it. Oof. Huge value. Once again from Weibo. So disruptive. The early game from IG was not good enough. Weibo cleanly found themselves into a mid-game, and now their team fights where they're grouping up have been much better. Now, the disruption from Tien, from Chris, Xiaohu. Breed's Equalizer's not really been part of the equation, actually, weirdly. Not massively. You're more about the Poppy Talia, the build your own wall stun, and of course the Bard ult as well. The fights are happening. They've been caught out. Not really able to form back into a 5v5. The Shy's not been powerful enough to 1v1 or even, you know, of course, the Gwen dream of doing 1v2s and 1v3s. Not really been strong enough to do that. Puts 0 and 6 he is. The build your own wall stun combo comes up tops again. The Alt W comes through. I'm not going to lie, folks. I don't think it's changing much. A bit of a frustration redemption. I guess he's looking for redemption in the game, but he'll have to wait another 30 seconds until he can try his hands at that one. The Shy was pushing up bot side. Well, he's going to be found out on bot side. It has an exhaust coming up in a few seconds. Yeah, this guy has monstered the Rift. 6-0-11. Has the Audacious Charge, procs that phase rush, pops him up again, and allows the Talia to do... Hang on a second, that's not bad from the Shy. Takes most of Xiaohu's health. Reminder that Gwen does damage, by the way, but they'll cleanly take down that kill onto Gwen. Xiaohu will push out that wave, nothing really threatening them now. You can see the Rylai is really cutting off any hope of escape. Roots. Oh, God. That redemption is not coming in this life either. Take another 30 seconds to think about what you've done, Mako. 0 and 7. Hex gets that flash now to contest anything else later with. Baron goes down to the side of... And they did give over Atacon, so it's not like IG have got nothing this game. Weaver's Wall helps push things a little further, though. Xiaohu may be a little soon to do that. There is a Shockwave on Rookie. Ooh, oh, missing that. Maybe just take the L. You could get Shockwave back. Yeah, this is actually a problem. Well... KTN taken low. They have a redemption. Equalizer coming through. Gala damaged pretty heavily there. Not clean from Weibo. Not clean. But even then, IG don't get themselves much. Poppycopter being span up. Who does it hit? It hits the clump. 2 members sent back to base. Doesn't really mean that much. The Shy will spot them heading towards mid lane. They're playing it 7 teams twice, and in the bottom group, they have 10 because they're playing 5 teams twice. That's a stun into an ult. Ah, well, that's a bit of a problem. Stopping the Pantheon W. No dashes here. Tian might have gone too deep, though. Not going to lie. How much health has he got? The good Bard stun stops some extra stuff coming back. The shockwave on the Xiaohu is not awful, actually. Tian survives a long time and will finally make it a 1-for-1. Light is very, very strong. The Shy trying to get some extra damage down, but all he's done is add himself onto the kill column of Weibo. Gala trying to step around with the dissonance. Move speed. Will dodge everything but that 4th shot. Which takes off most of his HP anyway. 3 items onto the Civet. Not enough to carry in the way that he wanted to. Okay, well, IG, they won't lose the game here, but they will lose themselves an inhibitor turret. The inhibitor very low itself. Breathe, hang on a second. He might get rooted up here. Rookie. Ooh, scary stuff. In fact, Maker looking for that pick loses his flash instead. Breathe blows nothing. Dragon available, so it'll be the 3rd one for either team. Not sold. Teleport back onto the map. From Boy wants to be around for the Dragon. If they can get themselves... Ah, flick back. The good frontlining there from Wei. Chris, hang on a second. That's a problem. Stop from using the Heskett. Oh, Chris, that could be a problem. It has the tunnel. It has his ult. Can he use that for disengage? Maybe a little bit. Gets 1 onto it. Chris might die quite quickly here. Oh, he's gone down. Okay, the bounties come over on the other side too. 1 for none. They use the Sivir ult for it. But no Bard now. That disruption's that. Weibo, you are 10,000 gold ahead near about. Surely you can't be throwing dragon fights like this. Light, good damage from the W. Hex gates being used to bring Braid into position. The pop ult doesn't land anything either. Where's the spike comes through to the Pantheon? Only 68 HP between it. Breathe, low HP now as well. Equalizer's coming through. Damage coming through from the Jhin, the Shy into the backline. You do not want to let that Jhin hit you, though. You won't be able to take down that kill on the backside, and the damage is still in favor of Weibo. Wei taken down by Weibo. IG take the dragon, but Light is full HP. Where's the damage from Rookie? It's not really there. Xiaohu is very low HP, but he's just enough to stick around. Ricochet's coming through. 4 members alive from Weibo, but with Bard coming out of base. Slash forward from Light. Is that enough? The Q coming back from the Sivir. Is that enough to take anything down with him? Karma is trying to get the assassination. Where is the kill? Double onto the Jhin as he goes down. Gala will die for the last play. Mako not quite cleanly enough able to take it down, and suddenly all IG members find themselves looking at... Makes it a little harder to play things out. Flash forward from Light, and that Q afterwards gets that kill. Didn't want to chance another QW coming out. Oh god, the 4th shot. Maybe wait until that came off, but not quite this time. Baron's set up in picture. All 10 members participating. The Poppy's not going to be game ending. I'll spot the ward being put into the brush there. Tien trying to make a difference of it. Oh, they've caught out Gala. Shockwave comes out and they get onto Light. Yes, a GA. The Shy's in it alone. Where is the support? The Shy needs some help here. They will catch out the Sivir, but it's not doing that much. The Shy manages to get an extended fight, and that's a problem. Pantheon has died off screen somehow, somewhere. Couldn't ult back into the play, and the Shy is going again. The wall stun is not valuable. Doesn't get that much for them. Can they get anything? The W's back up from the Shy. 2 and 9, but still carrying. Only the Shy can play like this. IG find a way into the late game. Gala gets caught, but can't really. They can't camp. The Halls of Valhalla after taking that one down. He can get himself back out onto the map now. Is there any contest coming through? Well, if Tien walks up, it wouldn't have been a smite. There is that. It's alive. There we go. QSS for Gala now. It's QSS and the Baron. Now, they can give up a dragon if they want. They have the Baron buff as well. No Q hitting over the wall. Very quick tower killing. Elixir of Sorcery picked up for the Shy. Means he's even quicker at killing towers. Wait, they need to get back into wave clear. They might be able to threaten a flick back from the Talia. That'll be the case there. But now Weibo have given up their dragon setup. IG using the Baron. Tien off of vision, but again, the Poppy gold lead doesn't matter that much. The Shy has cleanse. Will get themselves a shell shield this time. A little bit better from him. The Shy pops the W. The ult coming through. Oh, it's caught Gala again. Didn't flash it. That's a mistake. Shockwave coming through. Breathe. Caught out a little bit. He has his own flash if he wants to respond, but Gala, my dude, you cannot afford to get caught like that again. He's been caught all late game. He's 700 gold ahead. He's a late game Sivir. Has so much power. The Shockwave now used. Dragon now started by IG. But Gala getting caught so many times has given Weibo a win condition. Tien on the flank. Chris also on the flank. Looking for some stuns here where he can. He gets taken by Wei. Hex Soul for IG. What a bonus that is. Tien can't flash out to safety. Slow to his doom. Wait, trying to get out of that minefield just a little bit more. We'll see him to the plate. The Shy cutting off light from the past. Where's the W? Does he need it? I don't think he does. The Hex Soul will force the flash out of lights. Does he have enough to chase him down again? He's actually quite dangerous. It's like even from this HP, getting himself the move speed and danger no more. Will not see himself out to safety. Weibo will not protect their AD carry. They have to scramble for the base defense. And despite the gold lead from Weibo, IG find it in the late game to find themselves a comeback. With all the picks on Tagala not mattering, this is the most useful 2-9 Gwen I have ever seen in my life. You are, without a doubt, the lowest KDA top laner I've ever heard of. But you have heard of him. The Shy cuts at the knife's edge. Nay, the scissors edge takes out Breathe. He was the better top laner in this first game. Make no mistake about the scoreboards. Invictus Gaming. Yeah, look to that man in the